Om Shanti, and welcome to the special conversation on spirituality in family life. And to discuss this, we have our guests from Hong Kong, Brother Harry and Sister Ayako. Brother Harry has been a household name in Hong Kong, in TV and radio for the last 30 years. And he's also a magician as well as a musician. He's done some special work in healing through magic. Ayako is a violinist and has done performances worldwide with top artists. She's originally from Japan and presently staying in Hong Kong. Welcome to the studio. Very happy to see you again.
Thank you very much, Sister Hussain. Thank you.
The very interesting bit is that both of you are working your very interesting work, which is with the public, very much in public life. You have a family, you have a kid, but more importantly, you have a spiritual lifestyle. You practice Raj Yoga together as a family. How was your life or relationship with one another, with other people, at work, at home, with your kids, before you adopted this meditative lifestyle and after you've done it? How has it changed? Starting from you, Ayako.
Before we get into this knowledge, actually maybe I have a lot of stress because you want to do well, and we as a musician we only have one chance, and you have a lot of stress and you get tense very easily, physically and mentally. So after the concert, I will come back. Physically, I'm very tired and so tense, so much pain on the body, and I have to ask Harry to massage me.
And I'm good.
Yes, but after I start meditation, immediately those body pain has reduced dramatically. So I liked it. And so I keep going to the center, just do meditation whenever I have time. Then I start to try to do self-healing while meditating, or the body, relax the body, and try to heal your pain yourself. It worked, so it's really helped. And as the body relax, my playing has relaxed, and also my relationship with my colleague. And actually everything become so harmonized. I think I have more respect to the people I work with, and so they can feel. So everything's a vicious circle, and everything's really harmonized so well.
Very beautiful. And you just got the point that when the mind is stressed, when the mind is in pain, it's a reflection in the body, and there are body aches and pains. And so when my mind is relaxed, my body is also relaxed, which you just said. Brother Harry, how about you? Because you are there in the entertainment industry, you've been creating and doing shows for kids internationally, and people know you so much. How has it been for you adopting the spiritual lifestyle and being in that industry?
Oh, all of that. First of all, I really agree with what Ayako said. I went through the same before and after. But more so, I think there is a thing called mid-age crisis. And I actually had a serious mid-age crisis because this is my second marriage. I really bitterly left my last marriage, and as that was my mid-age crisis, it was extremely tough on me, and I used to pick up all the books, but actually when you're picking up those books and read about mid-age crisis, it hasn't even started yet. And you're so lost that you think you can find some answers from a book, but you didn't. You get certain inspiration, but then I met Ayako, and Ayako actually, first of all, made me realize what I have been going through was not exactly the right track. For example, she would say, oh, this is a beautiful temple, let's go in that. I said, I will not go into a temple because I'm a Christian. And then she would say, okay, we should do this and that, because that will make us happy. I don't have to be happy. I just have to make sure that everyone around me is happy. I really believed in that. I believed in pain, and it's okay to have pain, but you always have to pretend that you are having a good time.
Yes.
So one side of me is saying that, yes, you have a duty. The duty is to spread that happiness. But on the other hand, you do not have to be happy inside. Now, I know how ridiculous it is. How can you give something that you do not have? Therefore, if you want to spread the happiness, you have to have it from inside first.
Very beautiful, you know, when you said about the pain that everyone goes through and there is a pretense of being happy. And unless I'm really happy inside, how can I expect others to be happy, and how can I expect others to, you know, to harmonize with them?
Yeah, because after all, what life is most important is actually we want to have peace, yeah, we want to have purity, and we want to be happy, yeah. But that all itself is a knowledge as well. Then I realized, can I actually have the most simple answer to that question? What is happiness? Then I thought, okay, if you got all your answers to the questions, then you'll be happy. Where do you get it? Now I get it. Here, right here. Because now I have all the answers. So that was just the beginning of really going from inside. Chinese has a saying, we say, 修身齊家. We have to be inside, we have to be peaceful first, and then you tackle about the harmony in your house, and then you look after your society. At the end, then you look into your nation. A lot of people are not like that. A lot of people are saying how unhappy I am because how bad the government is to me. And you immediately jump to that. So the reason why I'm unhappy is because of you.
Exactly.
So we never, how can you expect someone to solve your problem? But Raja Yoga is telling me, it is all about me. It is all about my attitude. It's about how I feel. It's about my vision. So then it suddenly becomes, there is no one to blame. There is only me in this. Is it? Then am I talking to myself? No, you're not. Then where's that voice? Oh, it's you, Baba. I'm talking to you. Yes, you are. Who is answering? You're talking back. Yes, I am. Not only that, let me tell you the good news. What is that, Baba? Take everything from me. Don't complain about anyone else. Take everything from me. Then you can give it to everyone. You can be the most generous. You look at that multi-billion man, you know, that you used to want to be. You're more rich than him. Why? He has to protect so much and he has so much fear. You don't.
Absolutely.
Wow, thank you. And that moment, you know, you are a happy boy again. And then when you're with your family, every morning when you wake up, the first thing is you say, "Good morning, Baba." And then you say, "Good morning, Ayako." And how beautiful that is. So you have your soulmate to travel with you. And one thing I really want to bring on at this point, I think it is the right time because it is the third program, is something that we very often try to avoid, which is celibacy. I can still remember the moment when one of the seniors said, "Congratulations, you have only been very young in this knowledge, but we would like you are available. If you are available, you should go to Mount Abu. You know, you should go to the Baba's meeting, and we are so happy because that is like the ultimate goal." Having said that, you have to follow a few, you know, few rules, you know, and things. Then, of course, being Japanese, she is very obedient, honest, humble, and go, "What? No meat, changing of diet, that's fine, fine, you know, getting up before, fine. Celibacy." Then I thought, yeah, let's do it, let's try it. And at that moment, the senior actually said, "Just try." Now how beautiful. It is not like a commanding, yes, unless you do this, otherwise you cannot go. It's not like that. It is full of love, trust, and belief. Why don't you try? Just try. Immediately, that is something that I took, you know, when I was looking at anyone, like including my child. Just try. I can't do it. Try. Then the celibacy thing is really interesting because after all, we already have our son. And he actually really was a beauty and is a gift and that actually is our karma. We were meant to be together. We're meant to give birth to our son, and now we come to believe that actually our son actually put us together to make sure that this is my dad, this is my mom. That's why I come to this family. He's the boss, really. But now, because there is no more, this is the number one vice, yes, we call it lust. There's no body consciousness anymore. Therefore, we communicate purely with a lot of respect and see each other as soul. Now, what happens suddenly is that we are communicating most of the time, and I must say most of the time. We are still human, right? Because we do sometimes have disagreement. Yeah, but more importantly is we are communicating on a higher level most of the time. And because we are communicating on a higher ground, spirit to spirit, there is no more gender. Therefore, there is no more lust in it.
And so there is less stress.
There is no more stress. That word actually we don't use in the family at all.
And no give and take.
There is no give and take. There is a lot of sharing. And also another thing we realize, we always hear the expression that it takes two to tango. It's not true. It only takes one. Yeah, if one really wants to keep going and keep banging and creating trouble, then there will be trouble. Then it will tangle. So don't try to mix two bodies or two persons together whenever there is a tangle. But it also only takes one to untangle. If you are willing to step back, now I know that we can step back because there's no bodily conscious. There is only respect. All I have to do is just to step back and say, yes, I understand why you are like that. Yes.
So there's a lot of
That's
acceptance.
okay.
Acceptance.
Yeah, and that eventually will give you that blissful feeling. We always talk about bliss and happiness and love. When you, I think there is a false image of human being wanting lust. Eventually, very naively, we just want bliss. But when you can get so much bliss all the time, then there is no point in taking advantage, on another body or occupying. There is just no question about that. Yeah.
Very interesting. It's very interesting to know that how leading a pure life has actually got you closer together and being more communicative, because many times in the world which is not so much exposed to this purity, it's more like, you're actually getting separated or you're not communicating, but here you're sharing that it actually got you closer together and the level of communication has gone a level up.
Yeah.
These days we hear that couples, there are a lot of getting separated, being divorced. The main reason is not accepting the other person's point of view, differences of opinion. And there is also a lot of impatience. Earlier, especially in India, I'm sure in your country as well, marriages were meant forever.
Yes.
And no matter what, you were supposed to be with that person. But nowadays, not just marriages, but even family ties of maybe a brother, sister, mother, father, there's a lot of impatience and there's disagreement to stay with one another. If you can't follow my way, then okay, I'm separating and I'm going into another home or another city. I will look my way and you look yours. And this has increased in worldwide. What, according to you, is the value, or what aspect of spirituality that can mend this thing, according to your experience?
Well, the word karma came into play because now I am using the knowledge very much, and I really appreciate the value. Now I realize pure life bring on something that is much more superior than any body consciousness life can drive you to. Therefore, we also understand the karma. When you are having any any relationship in any form, it brings on karmatic accounts, which is very simple. As kids, we play with the seesaw. This side go down, the other side go up, this side go up, the other side go down. It's just a matter of time. The longer the seesaw, the longer it takes you to see the balancing act, but it is always there. But we don't have to look at people like that. We can just simply love and engage with sharing. Yeah, and I am experienced in marriage. I am an experienced husband. I have done it the second time. And how honestly I would like to share with all the brothers is that there is no guarantee the first time you'll get it right. There's no guarantee, especially with a society like today. Everything is so carefree, so easy. After the invention of the pill for women, the whole world is very different. Okay, but more so, I think marriage is not just so-called loving each other. There is so much more. It is starting a completely different journey.
It's also more like like a business deal also.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Absolutely.
What you can give and what you can provide and what I can provide. And if I have a better partnership, then I have you leave your business and you go somewhere else. It's like that.
Sister, it is more than a business deal. A business deal is just one deal. This is not. This is running an eternal business and guarantee that you will not fail me and I will not fail you and we will always be happy with the product. And there is more so, because there's a lot of emotional blackmail, I would call it. Because you think this way, the other person might not think it that way. Now we are married, so you should behave like that. Remember that really interesting joke? There is this new couple. There's new couple, and the new bride and groom were honeymoon the first day, and then the bride, actually, where was the bride? It didn't know, and the bride came in with this beautiful laid table, with orange juice and beautiful breakfast, newspaper and everything, and all of that to the husband, and he said, "Oh, this is wonderful." She said, "Now, you know what you're getting?" He said, "Yes." "You like it?" "Yes." She said, "That's exactly what I want for the rest of my life." Okay, so or maybe it can happen the other way, either way. But see, there is expectation. Expectation is not genuine love. There's no expectation on other part. So I understand that actually when you are having the marriage, and if we want the marriage to be really happy, don't count on the next person. Count more on you. Yeah, and you have to see the beauty of the next person. I feel very proud whenever someone say, "Oh, Harry, your wife is very beautiful." And I would be very happy to claim that I have something to do with that. Why? Because I always see her beauty. Yeah, I always respect her as a soul. So the inner beauty comes out. So I feel that I've got something to do with it. And at the same time, I do feel that I do not look at the 50. Is it 54, am I? Yes. I forgot, I feel like a little boy. Yeah, it's because I have been allowed to be that, that person. Therefore, I think we're very lucky, to be in marriage, but at the same time have so much of ourselves and allowing this spiritual self, that soul, to respect each other. And even when we have the son, it doesn't look like husband, wife, son. It is not like that. It is more like husband, wife, son on the same plane. And then it moves in a very interesting circular motion. And that is the way how we build this three-dimensional lifestyle. So I can't be happier, and I'm feeling so good that we have an opportunity to share this here.
Yes. Very interesting, and it's very warm to hear your experience as well. You talked about respect and regard, and very often it is seen that we give respect to the third person. It's very easy to be polite to our neighbors or polite to our boss, but when we're talking to our close family, we are not polite.
Yes.
And sometimes there's also a feeling that, I have done enough, I've had enough of the world, and at least I can be myself with you. Then, sometimes it means that my politeness, my good behavior, my sweetness wasn't real me.
Right.
That comes from within as well. Because we very often when we go home, we feel that we can be ourselves to the family. Now think about that. If that's how we feel, we are just being ourselves to the family. Look at the family as ourselves. That means we are not treating ourselves nicely. Because if I treat myself with kindness, I would not shout at myself. Therefore, I would not shout
At the other
my
person.
family member.
Absolutely.
So it all came back to how I treat me. And me is one thing. So the most beautiful thing is the first lesson. We go back to who am I. That's why whenever we say Om Shanti has so much meaning, because when I am peace, and that's where it all started. As much as saying it is easy, I think really feeling it and really truly acting it is everything. And when we have that, then you look at the next person and go, okay, this is Om Shanti, how about that? And if both are Om Shanti, then the two of you will have amazing journey, because then I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure that Baba will guide this very special relationship, whether it is going to be a marriage relationship or brother and brother relationship, brother-sister relationship, sister-sister relationship, we don't know. But we have to have confidence. Sometimes we can be a bit lazy if we actually can have this total trust on him. We can just give it to him and walk with him and remember him every single minute.
Very interesting when you say that, we can be our genuine self when we understand who am I, Om Shanti, I, the peaceful soul, I, the soul which has already that sweet virtues inside. So that is my real self. And then to inculcate and develop the relationship with Baba, the Supreme. When I have that, I don't need to pressurize or do my body conscious, outburst on my close-knit family.
Yes.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yes.
Brother Harry and Ayako, it's been lovely conversing with you, and it's so interesting to talk about the real issues that as a family people go through, and what spirituality can really bring into the family life and make it more special and a very happy journey together. Before we wrap this show, what is your message for the audience? Sister Ayako, we start from you.
I'm very, very grateful to have this Raja Yoga knowledge, because I transform myself with my husband and my 8-year-old son. And we grew up together in this knowledge, not in actual education or whatever, but this knowledge, we are in the same, we start together and we are growing up together. So we can share, and we really feel Baba's presence in our family. And when we talk about Baba, there's peace. And as we talk about it before, my biggest challenge was to be nice to the closest relationship, my husband and my son, because of some attachment. I want them to have the best or better. So I would try to be, helping in my way. Maybe for them it's not really helping, maybe doing too much for them. So I'm still learning, but Baba is helping me, and I'm trying to be more detached and loving. And it is, I hope it is working.
It is working great.
And
Two thumbs up.
And it looks like it's working great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Brother Harry.
So Sister Hussein, I think there is nothing by chance in life. The fact that we're sitting here and being interviewed, it's our honor. It is not by chance. The fact that we meet is not by chance. The fact that we meet so that we can be husband and wife is not by chance. And the discovery of Baba and Raja Yoga is not by chance. So what I can say is, if you are watching this right now, it's also not by chance. Do go out and find more, because that is the only reason why we're sitting here, is to share this wonderful news with you. And if you are in a situation with relationship, and if you are male, let me give you one piece of advice. The lady is always correct. Just follow. That's it.
Thank you very much. It's been very, very nice and educating for all of us, and I'm sure all the families out there, all the people would have greatly benefited with your experience. Thank you very much once again, and all the best in your spiritual endeavors in your family life. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.